Hi, I'm Ron from Shepherd Village. Welcome to another season of SeniorFlicks. We're really excited about this season that we are just now starting to move into, and this is actually our first episode, and I have Angelica with me this afternoon, and she's going to be talking about something that's actually a lot of fun. I just recently saw some pictures of you, and I think it was just on the internet or Facebook or something like that, of doing some cooking with our CEO and with Teresa and yourself and Aruna. We'll try at some point to drag them into a session with us as well. But the season, part of what we are doing this year, we want to talk about food for seniors, healthy food, recipes and that kind of stuff. What was it that you were actually doing? But before I get into that, or you get into that, the recipe and so on, and what you've got to provide for me today, did you bring any desserts for me today?
No, I actually ate it all. I'm sorry. I didn't know I had to bring anything.
Well, no, but that'll have to be, going forward, we'll have to make that sort of a standard for these SeniorFlicks interviews, especially on the food part, right? Have to share that with the studio. Just introduce yourself a little bit to us, and how you became a part of Shepherd Village and what it is that you're doing now.
Well, I started my journey at Shepherd Village about 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years last week, actually.
Oh, wow.
I started off as a screener during COVID, during the pandemic.
Right.
And then a few weeks later, I got pulled to be the IPAC manager's personal assistant.
Right.
And so I was working with a lot of the residents, the nurses, PSWs on the floor.
Wow.
And then coincidentally, I filled in a shift for one of our staff, and I was at the rapid test table.
Okay.
And
that must have been intense. Before we get into the stuff today, I mean, it was intense for everybody, but at the screening table, what was that like?
Definitely something new. I studied business, so I wasn't in the healthcare field.
Right.
It was great to meet a lot of people, but of course, couldn't really identify them with the mask.
Yes.
Unless they pulled down their mask to do the testing. But
Right.
it was a good experience. I got to work with a lot of amazing people. But I was grateful that I was able to work on the floor and work with more people.
Okay.
And then, I got back on the floor. Aruna, which is Wendy's executive assistant, actually saw me and talked to my supervisor and was wondering if I'd like to work at the Canadian Multicultural Lead Organization for mentoring and training.
Excellent. Explain what is, and is that what you're doing now with, explain that to us.
So the Canadian Multicultural Lead Organization for Mentoring and Training, otherwise known as LEAD, it's a nonprofit. We're based in Toronto. We have a lot of programs around the Greater Toronto area. Our focus program at Shepherd Village is the Seniors Culinary Project. So that is a program for the seniors.
Okay.
We also have a program for our youth. So we provide mentorship opportunities.
Oh, nice.
And we have some volunteer opportunities for them as well.
So we've seen them on site here a few times, right?
You've seen them on site and off site during our trips.
Yes, yeah. A lot of fun?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is it sort of like a dream job? Are you really sort of enjoying, I mean, you get to work with youth and seniors.
Yeah, I think it's a full circle moment for me, working with the volunteers and seniors. I actually grew up volunteering because I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh.
And I wanted to build my portfolio, and so I volunteered actually most of my life.
Okay.
And then to be able to kind of support youth, but on the other end, and more of like the admin end, and being able to give them those opportunities and work with different organizations. So kind of a full circle.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun. So can you share some of the stuff that you were doing in that video clip that I saw? It was at Aruna's house around the kitchen table, and what were you doing?
So we were working on the calendar, the cookbook calendar that we have for 2025.
Okay, right.
And so the structure of that calendar, there's 12 recipes from our volunteers and seniors from the GTA. And we chose 6 of the recipes to cook and to create the pictures.
Right.
So making sure that they are easy recipes
Right.
and they actually taste good.
Yes, yes.
And so
easy is one thing, taste good is another, right?
Exactly.
Or if they go together, that's fantastic.
I think next time I'll bring you some.
Yeah.
So yeah, we decided to cook and bake 6 out of the 12 recipes.
What are the stories? Do you have the stories behind the recipes as well with that?
Yeah, there's 2 that come to mind. They were actually shared by residents from Shepherd Village.
Oh, wow.
One of them was from Judith Comden.
Right.
She actually gave me her family recipe book.
Oh, wow.
That's been passed down through generations.
Wow.
And I remember flipping through the book, and she has some notes saying, this is excellent, or this is good, or there's some stars of her favorites.
Wow.
So she kind of gave me the freedom to choose. So you'll know which recipe that one is.
That's a little priceless, isn't it?
Yeah, to share this, to share the story, and I was really grateful that she shared that with us.
Yeah.
And the second one was from Penny Seymour. She's another resident.
Oh, right.
She said that her mom used to make the dish for her growing up, and she even had her sister make the dish for us just to see before we got to try it out. So yeah, that was something special.
What activities have you done through this project?
Ooh, how much time do you have? So we had a lot of educational sessions, and we were fortunate enough to work with other organizations around Toronto. So we've collaborated with Alzheimer's Society of Toronto to do like a brain health session, kind of like a dementia overview. We also work with Scarborough Center for Healthy Communities.
Okay.
Just today we had a session on elder abuse.
Yeah, I saw some of that. Right. And I believe that will be added to our SeniorFlicks channel for the seniors as well, correct?
Exactly.
So important. The brain health, is that the one that's coming up, or have you already done that?
So we've done that a few months ago, but because of popular demand, we've asked the speaker to come back. So we'll be having them come back early next year. And then we've also done other sessions focused on culinary as well. We've worked with Sodexo. We had a chef come in to do like a teaching kitchen event. Hopefully we'll have another one next year.
Wow.
In December we'll also have another like eating well on a budget.
Okay.
Right? And we've done excursions as well. So we've gone to Grand River a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, up in Caledonia.
Wow. Wow, that's a long way up there. I'm used to the Grand River down around Paris, Ontario, Cambridge, down through to right through to Brantford, but it runs all the way to Caledonia.
Yeah, up in Caledonia, we took a coach bus. We had some seniors, some volunteers.
Really?
It was great, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we took them to St. Lawrence Market down in the summer.
Right,
yes. That was fun too.
Yeah, they would have a blast. So I would guess you're having a good time here.
Oh yeah, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. When will the calendar be ready, and what is on the calendar? Some of the pictures and
So the calendar will be ready actually end of this month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just got confirmation that they'll be ready by end of November, and we will start kind of distributing them beginning of December.
Okay.
So
how would a person get a calendar if they wanted one?
So all the residents in the independent buildings will have a calendar.
Right.
And if they want more, they can request some. We'll have some in the lobby, reception area. We have a lot of kind of cookbook calendars to distribute, so we'll have some extras.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to. Well, I was going to say I'm looking forward to taking some of the calendar recipes home and trying them. That's not likely going to happen, but I will bring them home and let my wife do what would be edible at the end of it, because I'm if you can't fry it, nuke it, it's not likely going to get done well from myself.
Well, I have to
But-
say there's a lot of easy recipes in the calendar.
Really?
cookbook.
Even
yes.
even for
If I could do
yes,
it, you
yeah.
yes.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. I will. I may very well make that a challenge and try that.
Yeah.
So, what was the process for collecting the recipes? How did you do
So,
that?
I talked to my planning committee, and we identified that the best way to communicate with the seniors was through poster.
Right.
So we created a poster asking people to send in their favorite recipes or
Okay.
their family recipes. So we had a lot. So
Oh, did
I
you?
had some emails, I had some physical ones, like handwritten recipes.
Right.
And then we kind of chose the ones that we thought were going to be easy or they had a
Okay.
story with them.
Yeah, I was wondering how you would choose from all of that.
It was a long process.
Really?
Yeah, so we had our planning committee choose the top. I think we narrowed it down to 20, and
Okay.
then I had some volunteers, so my youth participated
Right.
with volunteers. So there was a lot of stages where we were like, okay, this is the top 15, this is the top 12, or maybe we'll switch it out to this one. So
wow.
the top 12 became top 18, and it was just a lot of back and forth, but we narrowed it down to 12.
So
one
how
per
many
month.
did you actually have? Do you even remember?
I want to say like 30
Really?
plus.
So you could put a pretty good recipe book together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And the pictures with the project, is that part of the calendar then?
Yes.
Or is
So
it just a recipe?
6 recipes will have pictures, and then
Okay.
the other 6 months will be collages of all of our events. So our offsite excursions and our in-person events.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. What was your favorite recipe?
The garlic mushroom pasta was definitely mine. Favorite? I'm a little biased because it's my recipe.
Oh, is it?
What else? No, they were all good. This is hard. That's a
Yeah,
hard question.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what did you guys make that day at Aruna's?
We made 6. So the garlic mushroom pasta,
Okay.
the cheese biscuits,
Oh, that sounds
there's
good.
a soup recipe, there's a roasted pumpkin soup recipe, there's a shortbread recipe that we made. Oh, I'm still thinking about that.
Shortbread, yeah.
Maybe those are one of my favorites. Oh, flour pot bread.
Flower pot bread. What
Yeah.
is that?
Essentially, you bake a dough in bread, and it comes out looking like a flour. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, in a clay pot.
Wow.
Yes.
I had no idea you could even do something like that.
Well, you can
Yeah.
try now.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like a lot of fun, too. Tell us about some of the other non-recipe pictures that you've got.
So we have pictures of residents and seniors around the GTA
Okay.
participating in our events. So our educational sessions, our teaching kitchen event.
So let me bounce off that for a second. So if somebody is watching this from outside of Shepherd Village, are they welcome to come in to some of these events? So let's say there's something on senior abuse, and someone lives in the Scarborough area. How would they get to an event like this, or would they be welcome?
Yes.
And how would they go about joining that?
So usually we have we send out our promotion to our partners, and they distribute it around like their network.
Right.
We usually have an event like once or twice a month, so they can usually contact me to see if we have any upcoming events.
Okay.
And yes, they are more than welcome, because one of our goals for this project is to kind of support and empower seniors around the Greater Toronto area.
Right. So it's not just Shepherd Village seniors, it's the community at large around here that
Yeah.
you're engaging with.
Yes, that's
And I
right.
know our seniors have a lot of friends as well in the community.
Yeah.
And they're engaged as well. But that sounds really excellent. So they can request a calendar if they want by what, emailing in or phoning?
Yeah,
or
email, phone, or if they come to Shepherd Village, we'll have some calendars at the front by
Okay.
the waiting area.
Very quickly, because we're going to wrap up. What immediate future events would you be able to share with us that's upcoming over the Christmas season? Is there anything?
Yes, so on December 13th, we'll have an education session on eating well on a budget.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'll have some promotional flyers out by the end of this month.
Great.
So around the village, so residents or seniors can invite their friends.
Okay.
It's completely free to attend, and we're going to be working with Scarborough Center for Healthy Communities on that session.
great. Angelica, thank you for joining
Thank
with me
you.
today and making this a lot of fun. And actually, I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry right now. So,
I'll make sure to give you a cookbook recipe for you.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on our first episode of SeniorFlicks with Angelica.